Good afternoon, traders, or good morning, good evening, wherever you're from. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good weekend, because this is the first live trading session of the week that we do together. So yeah, hope you had a nice weekend, guys, and hope you're having a good trading week so far. We have had a really good trading week so far, and I'm going to show you the trades that we've taken this week, right? And I'm going to talk you through them, why we took the trades and how they're faring so far. We're also going to look at a trade I literally just entered today as well. So we're going to understand all of that, guys. And we are going to give somebody the chance to win a $5,000 funded challenge courtesy of Blueberry Funded. So I'll let you know exactly how you can enter that later on, guys. What else are we going to do? We are not going to talk about football because Liverpool didn't win. Mo Salah's unhappy and everything is falling to bits. I can see we've got Adrian in, who's a Man United fan, so I'm going to ignore everything he says today. But more importantly, guys, I'm going to take as many of your trading questions as possible, right? So don't be shy. Come say hello. Yeah, leave a like, subscribe, but then leave a question, guys, right? And it can be anything you like to do with trading. Maybe it's strategy, maybe it's risk, maybe it's psychology, maybe it's, support and resistance, trend, structure. Whatever you like, guys, we can discuss in the next 45 minutes, all right? So if that sounds like a plan, let's get started. Let's take a quick look at the economic calendar. Because we did have some big Aussie dollar news earlier on, but there wasn't a massive reaction here, right? The interest rate was as expected. So yeah, nothing major happened here. And in fact, I'm trading against the Aussie dollar, and I'll explain exactly why. But please, be aware, guys, that if you are in any trades, especially US dollar pairs, we do have jolts later on. All right, so must be aware of that. But no news coming out during the live stream. Yeah, so let's understand all the trades that I was in, that I am in, and that I recently got in. Let me have a quick drink. I've got quite a Barry White voice today. I'm not sure why. Probably my daughter. Right, guys. So yeah, let's start. So let's start with pound New Zealand dollar. This is a trade I'm still in, right? Now, let's understand why I like this trade. And it's just simple price action, guys, right? You can see we was in this daily uptrend, right? We were getting higher lows, potentially, we didn't get higher highs, right? And then price broke down, breaking this low, okay, retest. We're starting to see bearish candles, right? We wanted to get in to potentially take it all the way back down to here, right? So daily's telling me I can sell. If we go to the weekly chart, this is also telling me to sell. Humongous big bearish candle, right? That is just a nothing candle, right? Buyers and sellers, complete indecision, right? So we can only really base it on this last big candle. So that also fills me with confidence for selling. And then on the H4, this is what I did, right? I'm going to do a tutorial in the Discord, guys, on this, but I've actually been entering trades and not waiting for necessarily a bearish candle all the time. But on the H4, you can see we did get a bearish candle, right? Price came down, right? We broke these lows in here. And then price came back up, reacted. And we got this big bearish wick, right? I actually waited for a bit of a retrace up this wick, started selling there, stops above here, right? And this is my target down here. Now, which is basically these lows, right? Now, what I am going to do, because price, for the want of a better term, has been farting about, right? That is a technical term, but it is, right? It's just ranging a little bit now, right? It's still in a downtrend, but it's just ranging between here and here, right? So what I'm going to do, how I'm going to manage this trade is if price gets down to here, let's say this candle touches it, I'm going to take some profit, right? Let's say I close 60% of this trade, right? I'm going to close 60%. I'm going to move my stop loss down above this high here. Okay. So reduce the risk, take some profit, and then I'm just going to let 40% run. This will not be the target for the 40% because it becomes a bit of a no risk trade, guys, right? And what I will aim for, you know, if we zoom out, is back down to that higher time frame target that I spoke about. All right, so that's the plan for pound New Zealand dollar. Euro New Zealand dollar, I've closed the entire trade, right? So very similar. We are in this daily, right? It was sort of doing this and then bang, right? We're in this daily downtrend. And there was still room back down to these lows here, right? And, you know, again, we just look at those candles. Every single one of those is a selling candle. Selling candle, selling candle, selling candle, selling candle. Today, so far, a selling candle. But now we've run out of room, right? That's my target. So we wanted to sell it based on the daily. If we drop down to the H4, again, we just got this, right? We was in this H4 downtrend, right? Price retraced. I got in, I just got in here, right? I didn't wait for a bearish candle, got in here, okay? Actually had my stop up here, right? But now I reduced my stop, but in actual fact, I've closed the entire trade down here now. All right, I took some profit here and then closed the remainder of the profit here. So I'm fully out of Euro New Zealand dollar sells. Nice trade, right? Why am I not letting any profit run? Because we are clearly, if you go to the day chart, we're clearly at a key daily level, right? Look how price reacted last time. I just don't want to keep pushing my luck into that level. So I've closed all of the trade with Euro New Zealand dollar. And then a trade I literally got into today as well, right? So again, you can have these trades, guys, right? If you come join our free trading community, I give you these trades, right? I give you my trade ideas every single day, right? So just come join. The link's in the description, right? And then if we go to Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, this is a lovely day setup as well, right? We was in this uptrend and then stopped making higher highs and then we broke down, right? And this is where we're at, lower lows, stop making higher highs and potentially lower highs. But this hasn't been confirmed yet, but you know, we're getting a reaction here. Plus price reacted in our smart river. So if you want to understand price action and you need a tool to help you and give you a strategy, then come check out our price action pro indicator. This is part of it, right? And price reacts at these levels, right? And as you can see, at that level, we got a nice bearish candle formed from yesterday. And that's enough for me, right? Daily structure is in a downtrend, bearish candle, lots of room to move into, right? I'll have a quick look at the weekly. And what you'll see here is this is an inside candle of this, right? So what that generally means, obviously not every time, otherwise we would just trade inside candles, right? But if this candle is inside this candle, it tells us sellers are still in control, right? Because it's within this candle. And not only that, guys, I know the monthly. Just look at the monthly as well, right? look at that rejection candle at this last significant high, right? So, you know, more reasons to sell. That's not me looking for reasons, guys. That's me looking at all of the reasons, and there's more reasons to sell than anything else, right? I'm not searching for reasons to sell. That's important. It's an important differentiation there. I'm looking at the charts, asking the chart, what should I do with you? Right? And the chart will say, Tom, stay away from me. I'm a nightmare, right? I should have listened to that advice with a lot of my ex-girlfriends, right? Sorry. And yeah, so, you know, should I stay away from it? Should I buy it or should I sell it? And this Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar chart is telling me to sell, right? But first and foremost, the daily is the most important. And then if we drop to the H4, right, I have considered this. Right, if you look at the H4, we never broke that low. Price has shot up, but then we broke this low here, right? Price retraced. We've also had this nice big bearish candle, but again, I just started selling here. And like I say, guys, those in the VIP Trading Academy, I'm going to do a tutorial on this. All right. So those guys that aren't, please come join our VIP Discord. You can get access to all of my tutorials. Right. Yeah. And here we go. This is my trade. I've put my stop well above these highs. Right. And I'm looking to take price back down to here. If I get my 1:1, potentially close, I don't know, I'll see what percentage, but close 70% and then let 30% run down to these lows and this 1.14 thousand. So there you go, guys. Those are all the trades that I am in. And as always, guys, if you enjoy my trade ideas, enjoy how I analyze the market, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. And as always, guys, let me just show you, where the hell is it? Let me just show you, right? These are all my trades. So as you can see, look, we've been hitting TPs, closing profit. We're having a really good week so far, month so far. But this is the pound New Zealand dollar trade that I'm in. This is the euro New Zealand dollar trade. You can see we've taken profit off the euro New Zealand, and this is the Aussie dollar New Zealand sell trade. So if you want my trades with entry, stop loss, take profit, come join the Discord. Yeah. And also, guys, what else did I want to share with you? Let's do that now, actually. So let's do, sorry, guys, I'm on one today. I will say hello to everyone very shortly, guys, right? But before I do, you can win $5,000 in the form of a funded challenge with Blueberry Funded. All you need to do in order to be in with a chance to win it is go and join our Discord channel. Very simple. The link is in the video description. Then go down to Forex chat. I apologize on TikTok. I'm not sure if you can see this, but join our free Discord and then go and answer this question, right? Under Forex chat in our free Discord channel, what's something a new trader must stop doing if they want to be profitable, right? So leave an answer in here and you can be in with a chance of winning $5,000 funded challenge. All right, so go do that right now, guys. Right, let me have a quick drink. I've been talking a lot as usual. I used to be quite chatty at the weekends, but because I have a YouTube channel now, when it comes to the weekend, I'm like that. They're like, how are you, Tom? I'm like, because I do so much bloody talking. Right, let's see who's in the house. So, Net Monkey, hi. I believe that's Adrian. Neil, hi. Nero, hi. Nicholas, hi. Eugene, how are you? Luigi, hi, Niraj. Gibbonization, natural gas. Okay, we'll have a look at natural gas. Interesting. Brian, hi. Tony, hi. Some young guy. Can we have a butcher's at pound yen? Some young guy. You are definitely from the UK. And anything hot, hi. All right. So yeah, let's take a look at natural gas. Let's do that. Do I have it down here? I used to keep an eye on natural gas. No, let's find it. Okay. So let's go to natural gas. Here we go. Let's go to the spot market. Okay. So let's do this together, actually, guys. And everyone on YouTube and on TikTok, please leave your comments, right? Let's get involved. Let's leave some comments. And also, guys, those on TikTok, you have to leave me a rose, apparently. Very romantic on TikTok. So here we go. We're going to analyze natural gas. So you can see there's none of my support resistance levels, nothing on the chart. So this will be interesting, right? So my first question is this, right? And please leave your answer in the live chat. So looking at natural gas and the daily chart, would you buy, sell, or stay out of this market? So everyone get involved, right? Leave your comment. Yeah, let's analyze this together. Would you buy, sell, or stay out of this market, guys? So everyone, please answer in the live chat. And the guys on TikTok as well. Get involved. Let's do this. While you think about that, I'll wait for the comments to come in. I'll have another drink. Fergal, how are you? Cephas, Bonacci. I'm sure there was an Italian defender called Bonacci. Right. So we are getting buy, stay out, sell, stay out. Okay, interesting, right? So we've got stay out, right? So we're getting a bit of a mixed bag, right? You are market sentiment, right? That's what you are. You're a small sample of it, but that's what you are. Anything hot would buy, right? So let's look at the facts, right? So on my courses and my trades, everything's going to be based on real-time factual data, right? And this is what we're going to do. So the facts of the chart are this. We are in a daily uptrend. Fact, right? You cannot disagree with that. If you disagree with that, I will send the editor around your house, right? But we're in an uptrend, okay? Now, let's find some areas of support and resistance, right? So you can see, this high has clearly become a resistance level, right? There's a bit of a level through here as well. This proves to be a bit of resistance, okay? And I would say that's about it for the daily chart, right? So we're in an uptrend. These are the two main support and resistance levels. Obviously, we have our smart river, which is dynamic support as well. So the question is, do I want to buy it? We're in an uptrend, so I want to buy it, but can I? And the simple answer is no. Look at that big candle. It's so bearish. So if we're in an uptrend and we have a big bearish candle, it's basically a no trade for me. Right now, I do have a strategy where we can trade against trend, but certain things need to happen. And if you want that strategy, come join the Discord, right? But right now, uptrend, big bearish candle, I don't need to look at anything else. That is just, for that reason, simply a stay out, right? Now, typically, I wouldn't look at any other time frame. The day is king, right? But let's just do it for the purpose of, learning. So let's go to the weekly chart now, right? Right. Okay, so this is the weekly chart, and the same question, guys. Looking at the weekly chart, would you buy, sell, or stay out of the market? Right, simple as that. They're your three options. Choose one. So leave your opinion in the live chat right now. Yes, I agree. Gibbonization, natural gas known as the widower. It's very seasonal, natural gas, right? I used to know a guy who traded natural gas and oil, and he's like, look, it's the winter, buy gas. You know, it's very seasonal. Right, so everyone is saying stay out, stay out, stay out, stay out, stay out. Louis Esterhusen, where the devil have you been? Welcome back. So again, guys, the people have spoke, right? It's a stay out. Yeah, again, just look, right? We're in this crazy upward trend. That is super bullish, right? Now, it would be a brave man or a stupid man, either or, to start selling that market. Now, I'm not saying the market could do that and that, but just looking at the chart, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to start selling a rocket ship? So, you know, all of these candles just bullish, 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 right? They've even broken this key high up here, right? But do you want to buy it? The answer is no. It's so overextended. Look at where the smart river is, right? This is the mean. Price wants to revert back to the mean. So the price river is very good at gauging if price is oversold or overbought. And you can clearly see this is overbought, right? It's so far away. So daily and weekly, stay out, right? I wouldn't touch this with a barge pole. I wouldn't touch this with yours. So there you go, guys, right? But let's just have a look at one more time frame, okay? Now, this is the H4. So let's do it one more time and understand this, right? So H4 chart, would you buy, sell, or stay out of the market right now? Right? Not in 8 hours, right now. What would you do? Would you buy, sell, or stay out of this market? So again, everyone, please get involved, guys, and let me know in the live chat. And also the people on TikTok, guys, you are very silent. Let me have a check. Yeah, guys, come say hello. So what we got here? Okay, so most people are saying stay out. Nicholas is saying sell. Okay, so again, let's look at the facts, right? High path is also saying stay out. Let's look at the facts. These, I'm trying to say, should I put this in? Doesn't matter, right? If that's the low or that's the low, it's been broken. Big drop off, right? So we're in a H4 downtrend, right? But I still don't want to start selling here. The same principles apply to every time frame. It doesn't matter if you're looking at the weekly or the daily or the H4 in this case. There's no value in me selling that. Yes, we're in a downtrend. Yes, we've got a bit of room to move into, potentially back down to this last piece of support, right? I want to sell it, but what are you going to start selling here? Where'd you put your stop? Right? Where'd you put your stop? Here? Up here? Right? Doesn't make sense. So no trade. But if this happened, and we got a pull back to our smart river, right? And then we got a bearish reaction in here, something like this, right? Then you could start selling. You could put your stop loss a bit above the entry candle, and you've got all that room to move into, right? And that's trading from value. That isn't. So right now, no trade whatsoever for natural gas. I would not be touching that at all. So yeah, hope that helps, guys. What else? I remember we had another question up here. Guys on TikTok, don't forget to leave me a rose. It's very romantic, and please leave a question. Right, what else have we got up here? There was another question. Where is it? Here we go. Some young guy, right? Pound yen. Let's take a look. Now, but, you know, I've already analyzed this as part of what I do in the morning, and there's just not enough room here to keep buying, right? Let's go to pound yen. Let's start with the daily chart, because let's go to the weekly chart actually, right? Because you can see on the weekly chart that is an important level. It just is, right? Look at the reaction. That is an important level. And that happened in, you know, July 24, right? So important level, and the only level we really have to work with. So do I want to keep buying pound yen into that level? And the answer is simply no, right? Don't buy into resistance. Don't sell into support. Only mental people do that, right? And I am a little bit mental, but only at weekends. During the week, I am a trained athlete when it comes to my trading. And I'm not even joking, right? I've got the same routine, get down the gym, feel mentally good so that I can trade to the best of my abilities, right? And then the weekend, I turn into a wild animal because I've been so disciplined. But that's how it's got to be, guys, as a trader, right? You've got to be super disciplined. Anyway, a side point, but pound yen, I don't want to keep buying into that level, right? It's going to be very interesting to see how the weekly candle finishes, right? Now, if you get a weekly candle that ends up looking like that, it's potentially more of a sell trade, right? It's reacting at such a nice resistance level. It becomes more of a sell trade for me. And it would be no coincidence, just while we're on yen pairs, it would be no coincidence that it just so happens that the NASDAQ, right, reaches the last high and we get a bearish reaction, right? If that happened, then that pound yen would become strong, flight to safety, if we start seeing some selling off, and that would do that. So it's very important, something in my eye, it's very important to understand that relationship. Okay, really have got something in my eye. So yeah, so let's go back to pound yen. So for me, it's about let the weekly candle finish. And even if the weekly candle did break through it like this, it's still a little bit too oversold, right? Just not interested. Okay, let's go to the day chart. Right, we're seeing a bit of a reaction. Right, let's see how this finishes. But you know, we're in an uptrend. We want to buy, right? But I just can't buy into resistance. If ever we get that situation where we have a daily uptrend, right, into weekly resistance, or we have a daily downtrend into weekly support, it's just a no trade, right? It's as simple as that. I'm almost like, next, I'm just not going to look at that currency pair. So yeah, it's just no trade for me for those reasons. So some young guy, I hope that helps. With a couple of yen pairs, like one of my trades for US dollar yen, I missed this trade. Sorry guys, I was doing a little video earlier. I really like this. right? You can see we're in this daily uptrend. Price has come down. We found a bit of support through here. We started to see buyers, and then bang, bang, right? I want to get in on this trade, but it feels a bit like, if we look at the H4, it feels a little bit like Elvis has left the building, right? We also broke this H4 structure, and you can see where my alarm is, guys. That would be a really nice entry point for me. So pound yen, not interested in. US dollar yen, definitely interested in. Right? But will we get that retrace? If we don't, no problem, right? I'm in a trade. Not that I have to be in a trade, but my point is there's always an opportunity in the market, right? So don't worry. If price just does that, don't worry. Yeah, if price does this, get in. All right. So yeah, hope that helps some young guy. All right, we're getting some more questions coming in now. So we've got a good question here. How do you handle losing streaks? Yeah, and I had one in September. It was a really tough losing streak. So guys, before I start looking at that and answering that question, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and smash the like button. If you look above my head, please come join our free Discord community, right? I'm giving you trades in there. So come and have a look, guys, right? And also go check out our website, www.simply-forex.com. On there, you can get access to all of our premium trading education. And if you want free access to our VIP, then please sign up with Pepperstone using our link, and we will give you free VIP subscription and a free Essential Trading View subscription as well, right? It's a no-brainer, guys. They're a world-class broker as well. Yeah, come join today. All the links are in the video description. I always have to point when I say video description. Right, how do you handle a losing streak? So I go within myself, blame everyone around me, and then cry. No, I'm only joking. Now you're probably thinking, yeah. The answer I'm going to give you right now is how I handle it, right? I'm not saying it's easy, right? But all I care about is my performance as a trader, right? So I talk about trading edge a lot, right? So if I've done everything right, according to my trading edge, in terms of my strategy, right, my money and risk management, and I'm in charge of my emotions. If I do those three things right, every single trade, sometimes I don't, but 90% of the time I will, right? I don't care about the result. You're probably thinking, yeah, you do care, but I don't, because whether that trade is successful or whether that trade isn't, I have zero control over, right? So as long as I'm trading 10 out of 10 every trade, I'm bang on my strategy, bang on everything, bang on my edge, then if I have 6 losers on the trot, I can't help it. If I have 4 losers on the trot, and I've been brilliant, but I had 2 losers that I made trading mistakes, that's different. Those 2 mistakes are not unsuccessful trades, they're bad trades, and they need looking at, right? I can control my mistakes, right? So I can analyze those, understand why I made a mistake, and adjust. But if I'm trading well, I can still have 6 losing trades. Or if I'm trading well, I can have 6 winning trades. But it doesn't change, right? Obviously, I'm a bit happier if I'm having 6 winning trades, right? And this is my job, right? So my P&L at the end of the month is important to me, right? I take money from my trading account to live. what I make that month, I live on, right? So in that situation, it's even more important, right? But you have to just ignore that and focus on your performance. And if I get winners or losers, doesn't matter, as long as I traded well. So yeah, I hope that helps, Emperor Nero. Okay, so anything hot here? Tom, what will be your prep and your view on the Fed's announcement tomorrow? So the Fed's announcement tomorrow, flip a coin. Nobody knows what's going to be said in the announcement, right? Nobody. So I don't have an opinion on it. Once the information from the Fed is released, right, and statements have been made, the market will tell you what to do. And then I will trade. So I'm not going to trade ahead of the Fed, especially not US dollar pairs, right? I might trade Aussie dollar New Zealand or CAD yen or something, maybe not even a CAD yen because of the indices, but you get the idea, guys. But I'm not going to trade a US dollar pair pretty much that day. So my prep will be that. I know the Fed's coming out. I won't trade any US dollar pairs. I'll still do the same things. I'll look through all 28 currency pairs, see which pairs I like, see if I can take a trade well ahead of the Fed, right? And not a US dollar pair. And probably stay away from flight to safeties as well, because what the Fed says can really impact indices, which can impact flight to safeties, right? So that is what I will do, right? And then I have no preconceptions of what the Fed will do or say. Nobody knows. So let them say their bit, see how the charts react. Do you have a setup? If you do, great, trade it. But don't trade into that news. You might as well flip a coin, right? So I hope that helps. Hi, Daniel. How are you? Daniel's got a football. This would be nice. I don't think Manchester City will agree. Is it time to sell Salah and get Foden? Yes. I would love Phil Foden at Liverpool, but Manchester City will never sell him. And it looks like Salah's off, right? It does. He's 33. He's been a great servant, but, it's a business and he's not performing. So there you go. Right. What else are we looking at? Right, we've got some more questions here. Okay, so we've got a question here from Niraj. Swiss franc yen for a long. I get longs here, right? From a weekly point of view, I get longs. From a daily, I'm a bit more skeptical, right? But let's have a look at the Swiss franc and let's look at the weekly, so you know what the hell I'm talking about. Now, on the weekly, right, we are in an uptrend. Simple as that. Higher lows, higher highs. And what was once resistance has become support. How many bloody times do we see that? Right? That is a good setup. So based on that premise, I think Swiss franc yen buys are a good idea back up to these highs. Right? Little bit away from the moving average and the smart river, right? But I would look for buys. Now, if you go to the day chart, it's scruffy, but we've kind of broken a key level here, and then we've pretty much been ranging really. It's more of a range than a downtrend. We did break these lows, we didn't break those lows, so it's kind of more of a range really, right? So yes, it's not tidy, is it? Right, that's been broken here. yeah, I understand why you're buying it. Plus, you know, we've also had these bullish candles bouncing off of that support level, as you can see over here, right? But it's just, you can just see there's lower highs, right? Yeah. I wouldn't, it wasn't on my trade list. I wouldn't take that trade. I was seeing some yen weakness, right? With US dollar yen, New Zealand dollar yen, CAD yen, but I was also seeing a lot of Swiss franc weakness yesterday. So, you know, if you are buying Swiss franc yen, I'm only looking to take it to them highs, which is pretty much hit already, right? And then I'll see what happens. If we break that level, then okay, right? But even then, we don't have a lot of room to move into. So yeah, I'm sort of a stay away from Swiss franc yen at the moment. I'd be more interested if we got a break of this level, to be honest. You know, something like this. Yeah, but I get it, Niraj. Right, we've got another question. Okay, so Nero, what's your take on NASDAQ and US dollar 30? Okay, so we normally look at the NASDAQ. So let's have a look at the US dollar 30. Let's spice it up a bit. Let's have a look at the Dow Jones, right? Now, the big question mark is this, and this goes for all of the indices, right? Pretty much. At least all of the American indices, S&P, Dow Jones, right, NASDAQ. We're in this uptrend, right? You don't need to be Warren Buffett to see we're in this uptrend. But, right, you know, we had a really big sell-off at this level up here. So the big question is once price sort of gets up to here and in and around this level, what will it do? Right? Can the indices keep pushing through this level? Right? And therefore, we're still bullish the indices. Or are we going to see a big sell-off at this level? And that's what I'm waiting for. And I'm not really a big indices trader, but I pay very close attention to the indices because it impacts, you know, flight to safeties and Aussie dollar and to a certain extent New Zealand dollar. So I'm very interested to see what it does in here, right? Do I want to keep buying into that? No. Do I want to start selling it? No, we're in an uptrend, right? Let's drop down to the day chart and look for a few more clues, right? So, you know, everything's telling us that we can at least make it back up to here, right? We're in an uptrend, right? We're getting bullish weekly candles. So, okay, perhaps there's a little bit of room to trade into, right? But I really don't want to push my luck here. I just want to see what happens at these highs. So, yeah, you know, that's what I'm waiting for, really. How will the indices react at the last highs? Now, the NASDAQ is pretty much there. Well, no, still has a little bit of room to go as well, right? So, yeah, what's going to happen up here, right? If we make it into here. So, again, on that premise, we do have a little bit more room to play into. So, I would be a buyer of indices until we reach those highs. But, you know, just looking at this right now, I'd want to see a pullback into here potentially, right? And then we can come higher. So yeah, there are the indices. Guys, anyone on TikTok got any questions? Have they left any messages for me? No. Why not? No roses, no live chats, no romance. But guys, yeah, I want to thank everyone. So, and if you can, guys, please subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button and smash that like button. Please come join the Discord, right? I'm giving you trades in there. So please come join the Discord. And please come do this again, same time again tomorrow, 12 p.m. GMT. Come join me for the live stream. Have a great rest of your trading day. And I'll see you then. See you later.